something to say to you. I can't remember what it was.
I feel like I haven't seen you in so long.
Well, last time I saw you, you were a regular person. Now you're one of the chair people for the Swifty committee. I clicked on that damn. You sent it to me, but I had been following. I was like, holy hell, this clip has 1.2 million views already. What the hell is happening? What is going on? Then it hopped up to like 5. I was like, okay,
then it hopped up to 10.
Something funny is happening here. And I went and I read the article. I was like, holy hell, look at her.
I had the
chairperson for the Swifty.
That's me.
That's you.
I was gonna text you.
You fought it. You remember in 2020, we were like, you're a Swifty, and you were like, no, I'm not.
I'm still fighting it.
Don't fight it, embrace it.
No.
For my sake, embrace it, please.
I'm casually embracing. What's a light embrace? I'm hand-holding it.
Like a firm handhold?
Yeah.
Interlocked fingers?
Yeah, not a clammy.
But interlocked fingers?
Yeah, interlocked fingers. Firm handhold. Okay. Swinging arms a little bit. So there's like a little pep in the step. Okay. But we're not full-on embrace.
Like wrapped in one another's arms.
I'm not entangled in the arms of Swiftyism.
All right.
But I could be an invite to the Super Bowl and I'm in.
Like that would be the thing, right?
I'm gonna start quid pro quoing this.
There you go.
I will accept my fate.
What's it at now? It was
on which one?
It was 10 million on Instagram when I saw it.
Combined, it's 30.
30 million?
Between Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
Gosh.
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait to talk to you about this.
I can't wait either. Which Taylor Swift song did you listen to this morning?
I didn't. I listened to BB Rexa, Meant to Be.
We don't get
and Florida, Georgia line. If it's meant to be, it'll be.
Oh, that's a good song.
Baby,
I didn't know that was her.
It's a good little song.
Yeah. Not as good as Shake It Off, but we'll rock with
it. Many can try to be as good as Shake It Off. Few will succeed, as I've always said.
Now I got to figure out more of this chick song.
Like I've always
said. Throw them out there randomly.
No, stop. I was trying to think of a lyric to quote coming up here at the end of this little teaser segment, and all I can ever think of is Shake It Off and You Belong With Me.
That's
so I really got to deepen my knowledge. What's up, everybody? It is August 18th, Monday. It's going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. Coming up on today's show, survived our last weekend without real football. The preseason doesn't count. I had a very weird weekend in which TMZ Sports called me a Swifty. We'll get into it. We'll get into the WNBA action from this weekend. Huge comeback win for the Fever yesterday. The MVP race stays hot. Sue Bird got herself a statue. Gary Parrish will join us about 40 minutes in. We'll chat with him. And then we'll do some Hot Mess Express. Included in that, Michigan's punishment for stealing signs, baseball players throwing bats, and a man who picked up a rattlesnake in Tennessee and died. It's a Monday. You know what we say. I pledge allegiance to Taylor Swift and the United Taylor Swifts of the Swiftiness.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Going through the draft process the first time, they give you the answers to the test. Like, this is what you need to work on. This is what you do well.
They told you.
Yeah, like they tell you.
Here's what, if you want to get drafted, here's what needs to happen.
Yeah, they tell you. So it's like, if you're not listening, it'll go right over your head. But for me, I made sure to soak up all information and everything possible so I can give myself the best shot.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Let's check the over-under totals. Alabama, Georgia, and Texas all at 9.5. LSU, Ole Miss, Tennessee at 8.5.
I love Ole Miss over the 8.5. I think Ole Miss can win 9.
But Ole Miss, they're gonna, Ole Miss, they're gonna lose to Arkansas week 3.
But they could go 9-3. Like Ole Miss winning 10 games
they always
is always
pull some
like
crap like that.
Ole Miss winning 10 can seem a bit of a stretch, but they can win 9.
They're gonna lose at Kentucky week 2.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you had a tremendous weekend. We are into week 0 of the college football season. We made it. I could cry, CJ. I saw a post from the Hawaii football team saying, welcome to week 0. And I realized we made it to the good place. We're back where we belong. And then I saw, I think it was J.D. Pickell say, I'm so excited for week 1 of college football. And then it hit me. I have to watch Lee Corso's final pick. And I don't know if I'm emotionally ready for it.
When is that?
Week 1. Not this weekend, but the weekend after.
Week 1 is Lee Corso's final.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be streaming it from Italy.
I forgot.
Bye. It is kind of sad to think about.
What?
Lee Corso's final pick.
Yeah, man, that's gonna
be emotional.
That's gonna bring a tear to your boy's eye.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be parked in front of my TV to see that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be emotional.
You're going to be emotional for week 0?
There's a good game week 0.
Yeah, Iowa State, Kansas State in Dublin, Ireland. Farmageddon. I won't shut up about it.
I enjoy getting conference matchups just right off the bat.
Me too.
Like, what are we
ranked
doing
on ranked, which we haven't had since 2002.
Oh, listen, it's preseason rankings. Those mean whatever those mean.
Because they exist, we have them.
I'm not sure if either one of these two teams will be ranked come season's end, but sure, why not?
Just let it happen.
Let's let it happen.
It's better than our other week 0 games. Idaho State, UNLV, Fresno State, Kansas.
Well, hold
Sam
on
Houston, Western Kentucky.
Hold on.
And Stanford, Hawaii.
That Fresno State, Kansas one.
You're into it?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
I'm into Stanford, Hawaii.
Of course you are.
Why would I not be? Oh, it's not even a good time. It's 6:30
No, it can't be regular people time. No, it needs to be 10 p.m.
Put on at 10
on the
p.m. or
mainland.
I don't want
No.
it. I had a fantasy football draft yesterday. It really put me in the football headspace. I'm very excited that we are finally, this is our last Monday where we will come on the show and not have football to talk about it, which thank goodness, because I don't know if I can go many more weeks talking about Taylor Swift, because I can't take the fame that comes with it, CJ. You left for one day. You left us on Friday, and it was me and John Roser. And next thing I knew, I'm being labeled a Swiftie by TMZ Sports. Newsweek has an article about Grind City Media, Jessica Benson's Taylor Swift Super Bowl theories. Ta-da! This is what I had to deal with over the weekend. Between Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, my theory about Taylor Swift performing at the Super Bowl has now been seen by over 30 million people, CJ. 30 million.
Jessica, that's
I
incredible.
don't know what to do with my hands.
That's incredible. I know what you need to do immediately.
More Taylor Swift.
First, yes, 1.
Research.
More Taylor Swift. 1. 2, I would have called everybody in charge like, yo, the cost of business just went up. Like, come on, baby.
Where's our red carpet coming into work this morning? I must have missed it. It must not be out yet.
I would be such a prima donna, such a diva in this moment.
I should have worn sunglasses today. I should have gone full diva.
Would have called Scott in pubs, and I would have called D. Nell. I might have called Big Bang Bob himself.
Big Bang
and
Bob.
been like, yo, when I get in the morning, here's some things that I need now. I need a fresh cup of coffee. I need
some
squeezed
Perrier,
orange juice, whatever the hell that is. Give
nice
me that
sparkling
also.
water.
And I want a sparkly jacket on my desk by Monday morning so I can wear it when I walk off of the
That's
show.
smart.
Like that would be.
I'm clearly new to
this.
this life, so I didn't know. But in the future, I'll know the kinds of things to ask. For people who missed it, because it's a Friday in the summer of the off season, Roser and I talked on Friday about these theories that Taylor Swift is going to perform at the Super Bowl coming off of the New Heights podcast with Travis and Jason Kelsey. And I had kind of collected an assortment of things I saw on Reddit and TikTok. Primarily, I constantly want to shout out this girl, Sam Kochman, because she's the mastermind. Like, I am but a mere mortal, a new Swiftie, if you will. She was the one who was like, hey, do you know who the San Francisco 49ers mascot is? It's Sourdough Sam. And Taylor Swift talked about sourdough on this podcast an awful lot. And she said she thinks about it 60% of the time. And what Super Bowl is it this year? Super Bowl 60. And where is it being played? Levi Stadium, home of Sourdough Sam. And said the number 47 a bunch of times. And they're like, Levi Stadium was the 47th. These people are insane complimentary, like in the best of ways. The number of messages I've got expanding on these theories now, my DMs are just full of people who are like, hey, in case you want to sleuth a little more, here's 8 bullet points of other things she talked about on this podcast. But as I was leaving work on Friday, Darnell caught me on my way out and he was like, man, this video is already doing quick numbers. And I was like, oh, that's great. What a fun way to go into the weekend, a little successful clip coming out of the show. By the end of the day, it's fully viral. The TMZ story has come out. I am hearing from people I went to high school with who I thought I would never hear from again in my life. I'm hearing from enemies. I'm hearing from lost friends. I'm hearing from the mother of a girl I went to college with. Nicest message I got all weekend. Mom of a girl I went to college with reached out, was like, Jessica, I saw your Taylor Swift thing. I remember back when you were a freshman at USC, you said, I want to get into sports broadcasting and look at you now. And I was like, oh, this is so sweet. I heard from teachers that I had. I heard from past neighbors. Some girl was like, this is my neighbor from when I was like, oh my God, hi, you're pregnant now? Wow, this is incredible. I had a very social weekend where I was out and about. Every single no hyperbole happening here. Every single place that I went out, somebody asked me about Taylor Swift. We went to Hive for breakfast. The wonderful owner, because we went to Hive 2 times this weekend. We always go to Hive. He comes out, he goes, do you really think Taylor Swift is going to perform at the Super Bowl? I was at Jeff Woods' retirement party at Sunrise, came in, someone was like, man, that Taylor Swift story is really circulating. My mom sent it to me. I go to Avery Braxton's going away party at Centric, come in, they go, oh, it's the Taylor Swift girl. The Taylor Swift girl. Oh my God, this is something I was not prepared for. Went to Birdie's yesterday, same thing. Anyway, it's a really weird thing. Going viral is very overwhelming. It also does not matter. Like having to explain that to they're like, how is your life? I'm like, it didn't. I woke up, I went to work, I didn't get paid any differently. I didn't have a sparkly jacket or sunglasses to put on. You kind of just have to ride the wave and laugh about it. And you got to stay humble, stay humble through it all, just a little bit. But it is funny to think back because you and I have joked, as we were talking about in the pre-segment, like going back even to 2020, where the assumption would be that I would be a Swiftie. Like I just hit the stereotype. I look like someone who should be a Taylor Swift fan. And I just never have grasped on to that terminology. I've never identified as a Swiftie. And you want to know why that is, I think? I really was in my deep thinks over the weekend.
Why?
When I was like 16 years old, Taylor Swift came to Denver for a show at the Pepsi Center. And my dad surprised me with tickets. And I had a conflict the night of that concert with my performing group. And I went to my director and I said, hey, I'm going to have to miss rehearsal. I have tickets to the Taylor Swift concert. And my director told me at that time, that's fine. If you miss rehearsal, you're going to lose your solo. And we'll give it to somebody else. Because if you're going to miss rehearsal, you're not showing your commitment to the group. And I remember going home and talking to both my mom and my dad, and both of them, expressed the same. This is a good lesson in sometimes you have to make sacrifices for things you care about. Sometimes you have to show up for your team. Sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do. Sometimes you have to miss things. And you know what I did? I went to rehearsal, and I didn't go to the Taylor Swift concert. And I sent my 3 friends to the Taylor Swift concert without me, and 2 of the 3 became Swifties. And I did not go to that concert. And I think it was like 2 forks in the road. Not 2 forks, just a fork in the road. And I took the road less traveled by my fellow millennial women. And I didn't go to the Taylor Swift concert, and I never got swept up in it. But now, I can get swept up in it. I can get swept up in it. I'm here. I'm a fan. I'm ready. Life of a Showgirl? Sign me up. I'll treat it like a Harry Potter book release when I was a kid. I'll show up at Barnes & Noble at midnight so I can get my first copy of that record and give Taylor Swift another $15 on top of the billions upon billions that she's already made every single time. Give me the vinyl. Give me the special whatever. I'm here. I'm ready. And I really hope she performs at the Super Bowl.
Oh, that would be
I'm so in now.
And not only do I want her to perform at the Super Bowl, I want it to open. Stadium is just black. And then up on the Jumbotron is just a bunch of different pictures and things popping off.
And one is us.
And then it's you.
Oh my God.
It's just you laying out all these different things and fireworks are going off. Like, hey, where's Sourdough Sam at Levi Stadium? Firework, boom. Hey, it's 60 firework, boom. 47 firework, boom. And then Taylor Swift come out. Like, I want you to be that integral a part of this thing.
We're producing this for them. We're doing half the work for them.
Come on. And once again, man, you guys got to hire us.
Come on, Jay-Z.
You guys got to
give
hire
us a call. We can be a part of this.
Hire us to run the Super Bowl.
I can stay at Chris's house.
And then
you don't even have to put me up.
And then hire us as your consulting firm as well. Like we're multifaceted. Multifaceted. I got to call my brother. You've met my brother.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've talked about him. He's an odd fellow.
Don't talk about your brother that way. I love your brother.
Yeah, he's a effing weirdo. You almost got me cursing on air. Okay, if you say so. He's a big Swiftie. So now I got to talk to him, pick his brain, and get him to break down to me what's going on so that when you get going, I can then chime in appropriately so that we can become Swifties. Not just you.
It is so interesting, just the conversation that swirls around Taylor Swift on social media, because you have so many people who are all in on it, right? Like her fans are just tripping over themselves in the best of ways, trying to figure out her Easter eggs. And they're like, oh, she talked about that when she gave that speech at NYU. It was basically her laying out her entire next album. What if this appearance on New Heights was just one giant Easter egg laying out an entire thing for, I don't know, the new album that she announced on New Heights, but also a Super Bowl thing? Or you want to know what I think is more realistic? That she would do something like the Beyonce Bowl from last year, where Beyonce, Netflix, the Houston Texans game on Christmas. It could be something in the works there with one of the streaming packages. But then you have the people who just climb out of their little holes and have to pop in on the conversation and be like, nobody listens to Taylor Swift. I'm like, okay, at least factually we can agree that a lot of people listen to Taylor Swift. Nobody would be excited if Taylor Swift did the halftime show. What are you talking? Taylor Swift's not big enough to do a halftime show. What? People on the internet.
Are you sure they're people?
They are people.
Are you sure?
No, these are actual people.
Okay.
My favorite one was someone who was like, this is peak unemployment conversation. And I said, I'm getting paid to sit here and talk about this, buddy. So sucks to suck. It's wild.
She's the last great performer
who hasn't done it.
To not do one. Well,
and then there are others who are like,
you could say Drake.
She doesn't have to do it. And I'm like, of course she doesn't have to. Or some people say she's too big for it. And I'm like, no, like you're saying, CJ, most people who get that big do a Super Bowl halftime. Prince did it. Michael did it.
Come on, man.
Beyonce's done it. Like, this used to be...
Diana Ross has done it.
Yeah, this used to be a current biggest of the moment. And Kendrick just did it. There was nobody more popular than Kendrick last year. Anyway.
Maroon 5 has done it.
Katy Perry's done it.
Katy Perry.
In her heyday.
Madonna.
Gaga did it.
Janet.
The Stones did it.
Like, if you get big enough, you do a Super Bowl. Right? Nobody's turning down the chance to do a Super Bowl.
It's so
and I
interesting.
think the biggest of the last big artists to not do one is Taylor Swift.
Yeah. So this is it, Taylor.
Go get it.
We're here. We're stamping it. and we would love to be along for the ride. Just make sure our invite goes to whatever our address is here at Federal Express.
191
Forum.
Beale
191
Street.
Beale. Thank you. I always forget it.
38103.
I always forget
Memphis,
it.
Tennessee.
And if the Niners are in the Super Bowl, like, please let me bring my husband. It would be the ultimate wife move of all time. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Big weekend in the WNBA. That Fever comeback over the Sun yesterday was wild, led by Kelsey Mitchell. We got the Sue Bird statue, and I have a hot take. We should only make statues of women now. Yeah, I'll tell you why after a quick break.
You're out on that Swifty stuff.
Yep, that's me.
Preseason Box to Row Coaches Poll has come out. Jackson State sits there at number 1. This is the third time in the poll's history that Jackson State has been the preseason number 1 team in the nation. And then Tennessee State being at 5, that really surprised me. Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Speaking of Adidas, are these the Harden 10s?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess so.
From what
You guys don't
speculation-
sound too excited. It kind of looks like when you flush the toilet in the water.
Yeah, it's like a whirlpool.
Like a
Want
whirlpool.
to be phone positive?
Yeah.
Want to be phone positive? Or artists just making some paint up and they just
Looks like phone positive material.
Yeah, or
It
a
does look
thumbprint.
like-
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Scotty Scheffler ran away with the Open Championship this weekend. My God, this guy, he's not real. Have we reached the point with Scotty Scheffler where you don't have to care a thing about golf, but you still know there's a dude named Scotty Scheffler who is awesome at it?
He is solidified himself as one of the greats in the sport. At this point, probably of all time.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What is the biggest Summer League accomplishment so far for this Grizzlies team?
Tuomas Isalo filling out his coaching staff. The Ryan Saunders hiring was essential. It was big time. You have a veteran NBA voice there.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back. WNBA action this weekend. Hell of a comeback for the Indiana Fever yesterday against the Sun, and they can thank Kelsey Mitchell for another absurdly dominant performance. I checked in on this game, and the Fever were down 21 points. They had just lost Sophie Cunningham to an injury, and she's going to get an MRI today, but she went down with a knee injury in the second quarter, and you're like, oh, close the door. The Fever season is cursed. It's over. They've now lost Ari McDonald and Sydney Colson, and Caitlin Clark has missed yet another game, 20 plus, and her status for returning during the regular season remains up in the air. And now you have Sophie Cunningham get hurt too, and you're just thinking, oh, this is going to be the beginning of the end. They had lost 2 in a row to bottom of the league teams, and now you're down 20 to the Sun, and everything is spiraling. And my God, if they didn't come back and win that game 99-93 in overtime, off the back of Kelsey Mitchell doing everything. She dropped 38 points. That is the most points scored in a WNBA game this season by a single player. 34 of her 38 came in the second half. So after halftime, down 20. She had 10 of their 15 in overtime. When you think of best performances of the season in the WNBA this year, Kelsey Mitchell on Sunday against the Sun has to be up there. And I get it's against the stinky Sun, but just considering the circumstances, another injury, down 20, everything feels like it's spiraling and going to a very bad place. And she dug that team out of there. And it's funny because before the game, Stephanie White talked about like not wanting to ask too much of Kelsey Mitchell, or the struggle of not asking her to do too much. And they are absolutely asking Kelsey Mitchell to do too much, but she has risen to the occasion. Since Ari McDonald went down, she's averaging 25 points and 6 assists. She has been tremendous. She has her teammates saying, hey, when you're talking about all these players for MVP, Nafisa Collier and Alyssa Thomas and Asia Wilson, make sure you at least minorly whisper Kelsey Mitchell and what she has been doing. She won't win MVP, but she has been putting up ridiculous numbers when the Fever have needed her most.
All WNBA type
of
player, right? Like an MVP, probably no, but all W, probably yes. And she's been doing it all year. The part of the reason why I was excited about what the Fever were going to be this year before everything took place was because it was another year of Kelsey Mitchell, another year for her in the offseason to grow her game a bit and to come back and be ready to go, and she has been. She's a tremendous playmaker, shot creator for herself off of the dribble, getting downhill with that left hand and, stepping back and hitting just simple spot-up shots, right? Like, she has made the most of every opportunity that she's gotten with this Fever club. And I'm not surprised that she went out there against the hapless Sun and put it on them like that. Who do the Sun have that's going to be able to step up and slow something like that down? And that's why she is one of the best perimeter players in the W on the offensive side of the ball right now. Now, the Fever still got some things to figure out. I don't know what the timetable is on the Caitlin Clark side of things, but right now they sit at 6, I do believe, in the W standings. I'm not sure who they
game above the Valkyries.
So they would match up with the Mercury? Are the Mercury third?
No, Liberty.
The Liberty. So they
Dream have won like 7 of their last 8 games.
After losing 4 in a row. They would match up with a Liberty team who I'm sure you would sure as hell like to avoid in that first round. But hey, all things considered, this is a really impressive performance for the entirety of the season by the Fever and specifically Mitchell.
Yeah, and I thought Odyssey Sims, who they brought in after the Ari and Sid Colson injuries, she looked more comfortable as the game went on. She was much better in the second half. They are at the point where they need literally every body that they have to be a contributor. So that will be important. As for Caitlin Clark, Stephanie White was asked if she thinks Caitlin Clark will return by the end of the regular season, and she said, that's the hope. The hope is that she's back. And I think you could really take that as a glass half full, glass half empty in how you interpret it. Either you hear, that's the hope is that she's back, and you're thinking, oh, so there's hope that she comes back by the end of the regular season and then goes into the playoffs. Or you hear, that's the hope. The hope is that she's back, and you hear that there is still a chance that Caitlin Clark does not return for the regular season, and what that means for the postseason is up in the air. It all feels very dependent on that. However, you do have a Fever team they're just scrappy. And if I was the Liberty or whatever team that ends up assumingly facing them in the postseason, there would be a slight air of worry, of concern, because teams like that are just weird. Like, they find ways to win. That win yesterday, again, against the Sun, I don't want to make too much of it, but it was so indicative of this Fever team that just looks they're like the Undertaker team. They are dead, and then they rise, and somehow they get a win when you least expect it. So you could perhaps see something happening with a little bit of chaos once you get to the postseason. As for the MVP race, Alyssa Thomas continues to be the biggest challenger to Nafisa Collier. She had another triple-double. She had her 5th triple-double of the season. She's had 4 in August. 4 triple-doubles in the month of August. They beat the Storm. They ruined Sue Day, Forever Sue Day, with the Sue Bird statue that we'll get into in just a moment. But 5th triple-double of the season, 4th in this month. CJ, I think your whispers on Asia Wilson can kind of grow one decibel, I think is fair if we're talking about the MVP race.
First off, I'm not whispering Asia.
Okay,
I was saying Asia
with
like
the chest,
full throat.
Okay.
I got her right now. Right now, if I had to do the vote, I don't know how many votes do we get. Do we get 3, 5? I don't know.
I don't know. We don't have it.
I would go. I don't have it, but if I had it, it would go AT, Asia.
Wow. Why?
Because AT, what she's doing, all the triple doubles and the way the offense runs through her, no, that is my MVP. Because if you take that away, I'm not sure what they are. No, and I don't want to punish Nafisa Collier too
Just
much.
because the Lynx are still good without her, I don't think takes away from her importance.
Or still great.
They're still great, but you shouldn't punish the best player on the best team just because her team is so good that her absence doesn't crush them.
Are the stats roughly the same with those two? Because last I checked, they were roughly the same.
Yeah.
When you think about points and rebounds, the difference is AT's ability to make plays for others in the assist game, where Alyssa Thomas, last I checked, averaging about 10 assists per game. The next closest player in assists per game averages around 6, and that's a guard. I can't remember which one of the guards, but that's a guard. I think Alyssa Thomas is at like 9.4 assists per game. The next closest person is like
league leading 9.
6.5 or something like that, right? So she is damn near 3 assists per game better than the next closest person. That's why I did it. And what Asia's doing, just throwing that team on her back and
7-game winning streak,
dragging them through, kicking and screaming. They want to lose games. I'm joking here, but it sure as hell looks like at times they want to lose. And Asia's like, no, come here, hop on this back of mine. I'll carry you, and I'll carry Bam Adebayo also. I'm carrying everybody all the way to the playoffs. Damn it, just hop on.
Hop on. I'm here. She had one of my favorite. I would give it to Nafisa Collier.
Still,
I'd go Nafisa, AT, Asia. Yeah. Asia had one of my favorite quotes of the sports year in general, but also of the WNBA season. She was talking about how she has let the game come to her more following the All-Star break, and she's just been on an absolute tear. Like since her 30-20 game on August 10th, she's had 17-16, 30-16, and 34-8. Like, she's just been playing out of her mind. But she said that if she tries to force it, it's because she wants her team to win so bad, a la what you were just saying. But then she said, it's like forcing a fart. All you get is shit. Great graphic. Thank you, Bleacher Report, for your service. We can always count on you. If you go back and watch this video when she says it, Chelsea Gray's sitting next to her, and her reaction to her saying it is just as funny as the quote itself. But you know what? It's so real. You can't force that, because then that's a bad thing. And that's a lesson for all of us. They should put that graphic with that poster on PE gyms across the country or on just classroom walls. I want to see it in a library. I want to see it in an elementary school library.
Elementary school?
An elementary school library.
The things we're taking out of elementary school.
Yeah, so let's put it in.
We're going to fit that in there.
Why not? There are no rules anymore. Who needs books when you have Asia Wilson saying it's like forcing a fart? And they'd laugh, they'd giggle, but then they'd think on it. They'd get real philosophical with it and say, you know what?
Would you think on it in elementary school? Or would you just tee-hee-hee at farts and shits? Oh, my goodness.
A little bit of both. Anyway, I called the Las Vegas Aces dead, and I have to apologize because...
Do you?
Yeah, I do. They're not dead. They've won 7 games in a row. That is the opposite of dead.
Okay.
They're in 5th. They have a 2-game lead on the Fever now.
All right.
They're squarely in the playoffs. There was a question
whether or not
they might not make the playoffs this year. So the fact that not only are they in 5th, but they're tied with the Mercury, and both the Mercury and the Aces just a half game behind the Liberty, and the Liberty continuing without Brianna Stewart, and they lost to the Lynx again over the weekend. How was that game? I missed it. Just read the recap.
I mean, it was just Lynx, just lean in. It was like, okay, That's it. Dam breaks, and it's ours now. There's the addition of Carrington absolutely helps them with premier perimeter defenders. Where it's like, okay, we've got our perimeter defenders out there, and we've got on the court starting 2, maybe 3 all defensive type players out there. And then boom, Dejanay comes in and just makes life hell for the other team's best perimeter option. In this case, it was Sabrina Ionescu. Did I do it right? Yeah. And they just shut her all the way down. It was to the point to where about midway through the third quarter, I was like, I hadn't heard or seen anything about Sabrina. Is she even playing? And looked up, and she was on the court, running up and down, getting beat back door. It's like, oh, there she goes. And it's, that's tough. I don't know what the Liberty what their plan is outside of stick everybody on the perimeter and trying to attack the basket that way. Again, I ask you, I come humbly begging you to stick Jonquel Jones's big, tall ass down there on the block and just give her the ball and say, okay, everybody go.
I beg.
I plead. When she gets on the block, when she got on the block, buckets. But they keep her floating around the perimeter so much, and I understand it. You got a player like Sabrina out there. You've got a player like Cloud out there who against most perimeter teams, most perimeter players, they can get by them, get downhill, get to the basket. You don't want to clog up that middle, but come on, man. They've got to be able to do a nice little shovel pass to Jonquel Jones at a certain point, don't they? Because she is just too big to be wasted standing around out there on the perimeter. Also, when I say Courtney Williams' game, what immediately comes to your mind?
Facilitator.
But
now she's been a not-so-scorer recently.
Pull up, mid-range.
Yeah.
Mid-range. So why in the hell are y'all just refusing to guard her in the mid-range, particularly on fast breaks and coming off of screens and things of that nature? Where it is, you see her, it's a better jump shot, but remember when Russell Westbrook used to get downhill on breaks and then he would just stop and pop at the elbow? She's got that down.
Oh, yeah, that's her.
Why are you running away from that spot? Make her go by you from there. She's a weird player to guard in today's basketball because she's a mid-range assassin. So you either got to give her space at the three-point line or get up into her and make her go by you and just deal with whatever comes after that. But you cannot give her space and then just keep giving her space and try and protect the basket, and then she walks right into a pull-up jump shot at the elbow. Like that can't happen, and too often that was happening. McBride continues to be a scorer, which is really cool to see. In this way, I think of her more often than not as a shooter, not necessarily as a scorer. Yeah. But she's got an ability to broaden out and diversify her offensive game. Like she's got that. It's good to see her put it to use. All in all, it was all right. The Liberty, again without Stewie, struggled to beat the Lynx. I don't know if that means anything come postseason, because assumption is you'll have Stewie and you'll have Sable as well. And so they're down 2 premier players. So, we'll see how it all shakes out.
And it's not like they're getting stomped. They lost by 6. They're in the game. But you're saying from watching the game, it always feels like the Lynx are a step ahead.
It felt like the Lynx were in control. It got real squirrely there the last 4 minutes maybe. But outside of that, it just felt like the Lynx were in control of the game.
Sue Bird got a statue. First WNBA player to be recognized with a statue. Other players have statues. Because when I saw that stat, I was like, or that note, I was like, doesn't Asia Wilson have a statue? But that was through South Carolina in her college playing career. So this is the first team to honor one of their players in the WNBA with a statue. This is the statue, as they're calling it, in Seattle outside Climate Pledge Arena. First and foremost, this is a great statue. Can we talk about the ponytail flow for Sue Bird? So often we see these sports figure statues and we're making fun of them because they look really weird. I saw this statue and said, maybe only women should have statues. Maybe we were meant to be statuized all along. There are so few women's statues out. We don't have a ton of women's statues. We have an Ida B. Wells statue here in Memphis, but we are a rarity. For the most part, can you think of another woman's statue around the country that you have gone out and seen with your own eyes?
Mary McLeod Bethune up in D.C. Okay. She has one. Whose wife Is it Truman's wife? Doesn't she have one in the National Mall? Is that what we call the place with all the statues in D.C.? Somebody's wife, a president's wife has one. Is it Roosevelt? No. Is it Roosevelt? Is it Roosevelt's wife? One of those first ladies has a statue. I'm pretty sure.
I looked up which president's wife has a statue, and it's Melania.
No way.
She has a statue in her hometown.
Okay, no.
But it was stolen from her hometown.
Not her. There's a woman.
It's Eleanor Roosevelt.
Roosevelt. There it goes. Thank
Eleanor
you.
Roosevelt
All
has
right,
a statue
there we go.
in
in the National Mall Monument Place. What's
she
it
actually
called?
has 2 statues.
Oh, really?
One is at the Roosevelt Memorial in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And the other is in New York City's Riverside Park.
So I've seen the one in D.C.
Okay.
Ought to be, which the statue's not up. They're doing something over there. Yeah. So
I haven't been back there in a minute.
They're renovating that. But did I see a Billie Jean King statue?
There has to be a Billie Jean King statue
I feel like
somewhere.
we went out of our way
to
once
show
on
the Billie Jean King statue.
I feel like my family went out of their way one time to find the Billie Jean King statue. Was that Arthur Ashe? I know we did it for Arthur Ashe. We might have did it for
we
Billie
always
Jean
find
King.
men's statues.
But, go ahead. To your point, yes, we need more women's statues.
We don't have any.
Yes.
This was big.
Yeah.
And it looks good. They got the hair flow. They got the muscular definition.
The layup.
The layup.
Yeah.
Like whoever did Ronaldo's statue should go back. That wasn't a statue. That was a bust. I guess there's a difference between a bust and there's so much focus on the head when you're doing a bust versus the whole body of a statue.
A lot of men focus on the head.
But it was cool to see. Obviously, Sue Bird spent her entire career in Seattle, won 4 championships, and I thought Swin Cash put it best, where she talked about how we can have the basketball conversation of Sue Bird and all that she meant for the game. 13-time All-Star, all-time leader in game and minutes and assists, and she also had her 2 titles at UConn before she went professional. But Swin Cash essentially said, it's greatness that changes the game. Greatness evolves. Greatness stays and has longevity. And that's what Sue has. And now she literally has longevity in the form of a statue. And she joins, like Seattle has some great statues because they have a Griffey statue. They have an Edgar Martinez statue. They're going to do an Ichiro statue now that he's been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Lenny Wilkins, longtime Sonics great, has a statue. And now you have a Sue Bird statue. So I would love to see other women recognized with statues in sports because I think it's really cool.
Who should get the next one? And why do we just
Simone Biles should absolutely have a statue
somewhere. Where do you put
somewhere
a Simone Biles statue?
In America.
Damn right.
I pledge allegiance. I'm pledging to a lot of women today. To Simone Biles.
Why are we holding it at just athletes?
Well, this is just an athlete conversation.
But we can do
Who
others?
else should have one? Taylor Swift? You're right. You heard it here first. Taylor Swift should have. There has to be a Taylor Swift
There's
statue
not a
somewhere.
Taylor Swift statue.
You want to know my favorite random statue is the Barack Obama statue
She's
in
got a
Ireland.
statue? What? Oh.
Yeah. In
I
the
remember
little
you telling me
Obama-loving town, which is like the greatest random thing in the middle of nowhere. Taylor Swift statue.
Taylor Swift cannot have a statue. There's no way T.
Someone
Swift
put
has
a
statue.
Taylor
Come on,
Swift
sound
shirt over Christ the Redeemer in Rio.
Okay,
That's not
photoshopped.
No, it's not.
They got a shirt that size.
They put a "Welcome to Brazil," and it was a "You Belong with Me"
Jesus?
style shirt on
Jesus.
Christ the Redeemer. That feels a little sad.
On Jesus.
Yes, on Jesus.
But Jesus might
How
be
did
a
they
big
get up
Swiftie.
there? It's 125 feet tall.
Okay.
Why haven't we put a shirt on the Statue of Liberty yet?
She's already wearing clothes, isn't she? Well, Jesus is wearing clothes
Yeah,
too.
Jesus is wearing clothes too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's not naked.
Yeah.
He just needed an extra shirt. There's wax. Then we get into the mix of wax figure. A wax figure is not a statue.
No.
You can have a great wax figure. I love a wax museum. Or I love House of Wax. Great horror movie. Shout out Paris Hilton. But yeah, we need more statues. Okay, sign me up. Taylor Swift statue. She's from Tennessee. We should organize it. We live in Tennessee.
Let's go.
We should help the process of Tennessean Taylor Swift getting her statue. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll ask Gary Parrish who he wants to see a statue of. Plus, we'll get his take on all the sports happenings from the weekend after a quick break.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Coach Thorpe, to his credit, also taught me, like, just simplify your game. Like, it doesn't have to be difficult. You don't have to do all the up and under stuff. Like, he always talks about getting to the second box. My biggest thing is just do what I can to make the right play. It doesn't, if it ends up in a shot, it does. If it ends up in a pass to an assist, it does. Shooting 72% is credit to, I guess the work I put in and my coach is helping me.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Let's check the over-under totals. Alabama, Georgia, and Texas all at 9.5. LSU, Ole Miss, Tennessee at 8.5.
I love Ole Miss over the 8.5. I think Ole Miss can win 9.
But Ole Miss, they're gonna, Ole Miss, they're gonna lose to Arkansas week 3.
But they could go 9-3. Like Ole Miss winning 10 games
they always
is always
pull some
like
crap like that.
Ole Miss winning 10 can seem a bit of a stretch, but they can win 9.
They're gonna lose at Kentucky week 2.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Preseason Box to Row Coaches Poll has come out. Jackson State sits there at number 1. This is the third time in the poll's history that Jackson State has been the preseason number 1 team in the nation. And then Tennessee State being at 5, that really surprised me. Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning into HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Welcome back. It's Monday. That means it's time to catch up with Gary Parrish, host of The Gary Parrish Show, weekday mornings at 10 a.m. on Grind City Media. Gary,
Hey.
I have a really important thing to start with. So I was skimming my New York Times
Oh,
weekend.
sipping your latte.
I had finished the crossword puzzle. I'd finished Connections.
Oh, look how
I'd
smart you are.
finished my Wordle, and I finally situated on reading they send out a weekend roundup, I guess,
Sure.
of articles. And a headline jumped out at me. And it said, "Does drinking milk actually make your bones stronger?"
Oh, here we
and
go.
I was like, you have to be kidding me, because Gary and I on Friday talked about the lie that we were sold that drinking milk makes your bones stronger.
You're not gonna
Along
say-
with the lie of going swimming, you need to wait 30 minutes after you eat something to get back in a pool or you will drown.
Right, I reached a point in my life where I believe both of those things are untrue, but I'm not.
Sure.
I'm not certain of it.
Well, here,
I just decided I think they're untrue.
Brought you validating research. in
Clarity.
that. So this was their Ask Well topic of the weekend, and the U.S. guidelines recommend 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams of calcium per day, although that number is highly disputed on, is it real? Do you actually need that many?
Of course.
But your bones are made of calcium.
Good.
And 1 cup of whole milk contains 300 milligrams of calcium. So the idea was that drinking 3 cups of milk per day must make your bones more resilient.
Mm-hmm.
But
there's always a but.
But that message was built on short-term studies pushed by the dairy industry. They looked at 79 milk papers. That's what they called them, milk papers. Papers about milk.
Sure.
Papers of milk published between 1999 and 2003, the peak of the Got Milk campaigns.
Yeah.
Over a third of those papers received funding from the dairy industry.
How about that?
So you have that along with past clinical trials that did find increased calcium consumption does increase bone density, but it's only about like 3%, which would not be enough to actually matter for your bones.
So you can drink all the milk or none of the milk, and your bones aren't going to be impacted
Probably
in
not
any
gonna
tangible
change.
way.
But you do
How about
need
that?
calcium. You want calcium, and especially for like higher risk groups, people with young people, old people, when your bones are in a fragile position.
Mhm.
So it's important to try to find calcium, but it doesn't
Where else
have
can I
to
find
be through
calcium?
milk.
If you think outside of milk?
Supplements.
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
I think some vegetables.
Some vegetables have calcium in it, but it does not have
You
to
think
be
pizza
milk.
rolls have calcium?
Yeah.
What about
'Cause
bean
they have
burritos?
cheese. Yeah, they have cheese.
Bean burritos?
Does it have cheese in it?
I'll put cheese in it.
I would like cheese in my bean burrito, and then it will cause for a very unpleasant rest of the evening. But for
we'll
that
get our
moment, I'll
calcium.
get my calcium.
Okay, as long as like bean
So there you
burritos
go.
and cheesy gordita crunches and stuff like that got calcium, I'm good.
But milk specifically does not make your bones strong. There's not some special ingredient
Yeah.
in milk outside of the normal amounts of calcium in
Mhm.
milk that would help contribute to you eventually having enough calcium.
Yeah,
to
I
strengthen
think I
your
learned
bones.
that a while back and then
Yeah.
subscribed to it. I don't know that I confirmed it the way you did,
Yeah,
but I
no, you're
appreciate
welcome.
I
I came
appreciate
in
you.
with research.
I appreciate you doing my research
You
for
were
me.
so
I just had a
welcome.
hunch.
Yeah.
I was just operating on a hunch.
Vegetables, the
Okay.
leafy greens, your
Oh, I
dark
love
leafy
the leafy
greens, your
greens.
collard greens cooked, your spinach, bok choy, kale, broccoli.
I like
have-
broccoli.
All have calcium.
I like broccoli with cheese.
So you're doubling up
Double
on the calcium.
calcium.
Yeah, that's like
I think
that's
that
the most.
sometimes takes away
my
from the
bones
health
might be
of
the
the-
greatest bones
That's great.
because I ate broccoli with cheese just last week.
Have you ever broken a bone?
Yes,
What'd you break?
this arm.
How?
Stupid story. My younger brother was still a bike rider. I'd grown out of bike riding, I guess. I was maybe 12-ish,
Okay.
13-ish. Had grown out of bike riding. I was done with it, but the little guys were still bike riding every once in a while. And they were up in a field a little ways away from my house, and I went up there just to see what was going on. I must have been bored. And they're all got their little dirt bikes out there, and they're contemplating coming down this hill. It's like a hill like this, and then there's another hill.
We have almost the same story.
And they're contemplating trying to do this, but they're all a little hesitant, right? They're a little scared. But I'm not scared. I'm like 12 or 13 years old. I'm not scared like the little 10 and 11-year-olds. So I said, just hand me, I told my brother, I said, just hand me your bike. I'll go do this. I'll do because I used to race bikes when I was a kid. You don't know that about me. But when I was like 5, 6, 7, 8, I was a bicycle racer.
Wow.
I pedaled faster than most my age.
Were you on trails or were you in a
Like
bike park?
Like
where
a
you had-
legitimate, I'm not exaggerating,
Yeah.
you would go to a bike track.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I did the same thing. Mine was like a obstacle course though, not obstacle.
Yeah, it was
course,
like,
but
you know,
hills
boom,
and
boom,
whatnot,
yeah,
but you would
yeah,
do time
and you-
trials.
yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
was timed on a bicycle.
We would actually
Yes.
you put 8 little kids out there on a bike and we'd all pedal
Us
like
too.
crazy.
Okay, we did
I don't
the
even
same
know
thing.
where that happens today.
I think there's one kind of by Shelby Farms because
Okay.
I pass it and it hits me with nostalgia. I took one bad fall over my handlebars
Okay.
and I never raced a bike again.
I don't remember having a bad fall while I was competing. Perhaps this is where my confidence comes
Okay.
from after I had exited the biking world. But I was like, listen, I used to race bikes. I got all the trophies.
I'm a professional
Let me
athlete.
show you little kids how to do this. So I grabbed my brother's bike. I said, let me do this. And then perhaps I'll inspire the next generation of bike riders. And so I go up to the top of the hill and I'm looking down at it and I'm like, oh, yeah, I can do this. And I start flying down and I get to I'm approaching it pretty quickly. And I realize this hill is steeper than I think. This is stupid. And I go to hit the brakes. And my brother, no fault of his own, but forgot to tell me his bike did not have brakes.
Oh,
At which point I'm in
feels
it.
like an important thing for a bike to have.
It certainly was in this moment. And so I guess it's all a split-second decision you have to make. And the smartest thing in hindsight would have been to just jump off of the bike.
Okay.
I was like, I'm just going to try to do it. And when I did it, I went straight up, came over, back wheel over front wheel, and I landed just like this.
Oh.
And these 2 bones that are here, I guess there's 2 bones here. I don't know anything about bones other than calcium doesn't really help them as much as you would think out of milk. But the way I remember it, there's bones here, and they snapped, and then they flipped over somehow. They got all goofed up. This is what I remember. I was at the hospital, and they had to reset it, and they put me in anesthesia, and I woke up I came out of the anesthesia early. My parents could hear me yelling from the waiting room because I came out of the anesthesia early. I was awake when they reset.
That's traumatizing.
Yeah, I mean, I was.
Holy moly.
It's 30-something years ago. I still remember that. I don't remember stuff I did last month, but I remember that. Yeah.
Wow.
And had a cast on here to here, like this whole thing.
Yeah.
As I'm talking about it, I can still feel it. Like when I start talking about it, I feel very weird right here.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
Ew.
So that's it. That's a
Even
long
you-
story for a stupid question.
I've broken 2 bones, so the milk did not help me either.
Okay.
And in both instances, broke bones that should have required short casts, and I had a full arm cast for both of the bones that I broke. I broke my wrist when I was in 3rd grade.
How'd you do it?
At a skate park.
Okay.
I was trying to impress a boy.
Yeah.
Multiple boys. I was the only
Wow.
girl at the skate
Okay,
park. I was like,
Jess,
hell
okay,
yeah,
Jess.
I was in 3rd grade. I was
She's
5th
trying to
grade.
get multiple boys,
And
not
I was
just one.
very
Okay.
excited about this opportunity to put on my rollerblades
Sure.
and go off some fancy jumps. And I went up a ramp, and I did not know that on the other side of the ramp, it was not a straight down angle, it was a curve.
Uh-oh.
So when I went off the top, thinking I was just gonna angle my skates down,
Yeah.
I needed to angle them more, and I just went flying.
That's no way to
Straight on my
impress a
wrist.
boy.
Didn't
One
wear
or
wrist
multiple.
guards, because I didn't want it. Wrist guards weren't cool. Had my helmet on, but I refused to wear wrist guards.
Sure.
And I get up, my dad was there, and he looks at it and he goes, "Oh, I think you just bruised it a little bit." And we go home, and my mom gets home at some point later that night, and I'm like crying on the couch, and I'm like, my wrist really hurts. And my dad's like, "No, it's okay. It's okay. It's just, she took a little fall, but she's going to be okay." And I was like, I really think I need to go and get this checked
Carl,
out.
not a doctor, clearly.
No.
Not an orthopedic surgeon.
My dad was very much I'll put some dirt on it. It's going to be okay. You'll be fine.
He was caught up with realignment. He didn't have time for this.
Exactly.
Okay?
This was bad on the schedule. But we ended up going to the emergency room at some point that night, and I fractured my growth plate. So I don't understand bones either,
Right.
but where my bone broke, because I was the age that I was, there was fear if it was not reset properly with surgery, it could lead to like a deformity within my arm, because my arm might grow at a rate that the bone then was not equipped.
That would have
to
been
handle.
hilarious. That would have been funny. That would have been real funny.
So I end up
We'd have had fun with that.
in a full arm cast for a broken wrist for months, and it was my right arm, and I was right-handed, so I'm like trying to teach myself to be a lefty. I'm out there shooting left-handed free throws.
Okay.
I'm going to be ambidextrous.
Yeah.
So I make it through that, only to when I was in middle school, I broke my middle finger playing basketball, where I went
I'm
down,
sure that's what happened.
tried to get up. Girl stepped on my finger as I was trying to stand up at the same time, and my finger ends up twisting 180 underneath. And that time, my dad was like, "We're going straight to the hospital."
He knew better this time.
And we got there, and they did the x-rays, and it's like a lore of a family tale to this day. The janitor comes by, and he goes, those your x-rays out there? And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "You want to know what we call that?" And it's like, "No, what?" That's called a janitor break, because even the janitor can pass those x-rays walking by and know that's broken. And that was my finger. So now I have this nice little scar. But it's crazy because, like, Chris has never broken a bone.
Huh.
CJ, I forget. Have you broken a bone?
Just dislocated.
I didn't
some
think you
stuff.
had either.
I've broken like other things.
Oh, you broke a thumb.
I broke a thumb as a grown-up. Yeah.
I've broken a toe in soccer. Got stepped on toe, broke toe.
I think I've broken like 8 toes.
Yeah.
We all just go through with the
broken
toes.
ribs. I took a fastball on the ribs.
Oh, God.
Yeah, broken ribs.
But you can't do anything with that.
You hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sit there
You
and
just
hurt.
tape it.
Yeah, taped it up and
Yeah.
hurt a little bit. And then the wrist was the main one, torn ACL.
Yeah, the
That's about it.
Achilles was obviously
Broadly speaking, I've been pretty lucky.
my biggest.
Yeah.
No, I think the people who have never broken anything are lucky, and they don't appreciate. Like, Chris has never had an X-ray.
All right, let me put it this way.
Chris has never had an MRI.
Would you take your history of physical ailments?
Yeah.
Or I can erase it all and we start over and let's just see how it goes? Or would you take what you've been dealt with?
What I've been dealt with made me the person I am today.
I know,
so-
but like you would be like, I can live with this. By definition, you're living with it.
Yeah.
Could be much worse.
You're right.
You
Gary.
could have a little bitty short
always
arm.
be.
You could have a little bitty short right arm.
I could have lost my middle finger.
You see what I'm saying?
I would have no way to flip people off.
I think about this sometimes when it comes to reincarnation.
Okay.
How do you feel about reincarnation?
I'm intrigued by it.
I don't want to do it.
You don't want reincarnation. I don't think you would know that you are reincarnated. So if it happens, it's more just the spiritual energy. And
I know.
maybe
I'm
at
just trying to
some
let
point,
the world.
whatever
I'm just
you
trying
are
to let everybody know right now. I'm not
reincarnated
interested in it.
as. Okay.
I want to be a one and done.
Okay.
Like I
Kind
would.
of selfish.
Why?
Because I think one of the most beautiful things of reincarnation, or I like to believe in like the spiritual nature of, well, now we're really getting into it, but like heaven isn't a place, but it's a spiritual nature. And like when you cross over to the other side, like your spirit, your soul exists and then transfers over into an energy source elsewhere.
Yeah.
And so then you're giving back to, so it doesn't mean you're another person. It doesn't even mean like you're an animal, but perhaps you're something that helps the seas, or you're something that helps the air, or the forest,
I don't even
or
want to help the
whatever
air.
it might be.
I
You
don't
just
wa-
want to be done. You just want to be out of here.
No, I would if I could come back. This is going to sound ridiculous, but I don't trust that my next life would be as good as this one. and so
the odds are, I mean,
the odds
you're
are like
correct. The odds are not
overwhelmingly
good.
not in my favor, right?
No, they're not.
Okay, and like I ain't that thrilled with this life. I mean,
Okay.
I'm having a good time. Like I here's the thing. I recognize this life is better than most.
Yeah.
And I still get frustrated all the time. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, imagine if I had
If it was worse.
Imagine if it was worse. like
That's true.
And so I'd rather just be one and done. Like, you know,
Okay.
I'd rather just be one and done.
You only have one life to live.
That's what I'm counting. That's what
say.
I'm counting on.
That's what you're banking on.
That's what I'm banking on.
CJ, do you want to be reincarnated?
You want to be reincarnated?
I could be reincarnated. I'm talking to a friend right now about being reincarnated as like an owl or a fox,
Ooh.
one of those like low pressure animals. Right? Nobody thinks about an owl. The owl just sort of kicks it. Don't nobody
Yeah.
hunt it. Nobody wants it, and it eats a bunch of different stuff. Same thing with the fox. We're done hunting foxes now. So you just bop about in the wilderness and stay away from people. You're good to go.
I wouldn't mind being a fox if I'm being now that I'm thinking about
I
it.
don't want the pressure of like a lion
I wanna be
or
a dolphin.
a tiger, and that comes with way too much pressure as
Being
well.
a dolphin?
Also, the sea is scary. I don't want to
Like
be
going out
anywhere
there in the
near
sea.
in the ocean. No, that's terrifying.
I don't know. I think it'd be kind of fun if you were an animal of the ocean and had the opportunity to exist in that ecosystem.
It's all fun and
Like, it
games
was
till the
natural
great
for
white
you.
gets you.
Okay, maybe I'll just be a jellyfish.
Well, I mean, you can be a person.
I want to
in
be
a
one of
great
those
white can get
jellyfish
you.
that's so far down that you glow, that you're the
Do you
glow in the
know
dark
the
scary.
monsters
Yeah,
that are
I'm
down
gonna be
there?
one of them. I'm gonna have the teeth.
You're not. If you're a jellyfish, you're not going to have teeth.
Okay, fine. I just want to be energy. I just want to be good energy. in the
Oh,
world.
whatever.
I want to continue to promote positive energy in this hard little world that we
I'm
live
just
in.
terrified I'd come back and I'd be like, man, I didn't appreciate my past
Yeah,
life.
but you're not gonna know.
I feel like I would know.
A koala.
gonna know.
I feel like I
Koalas
would
do
know.
nothing
I
but
like that.
sleep all damn day. Koala would be incredible, and as long as you stay in trees, nothing's going to eat you.
I think you could still get eaten. Don't hawks
CJ's
attack
put some real thought into
koalas?
this.
No, they don't have hawks in Australia, do they? I'm pretty. Steve Irwin never showed me a hawk in Australia.
Because when I think of that, like, I would want to be an otter. I think being an otter would be so fun, but I do think being an otter is dangerous. I would assume there's a lot of predators that impact otters' lives. on
What
a
about
daily
being like a
basis.
nice little pet dog for a great family? I bet that's a good life.
like the kind that rides around in a stroller?
Just chills inside
But
all
do
day
you
long.
think that there's an internal wish from? I always think this when I see a dog in a stroller because dogs should not be in strollers. Hot take. Hot take from the
I don't
dog
own a
sitter.
stroller for
Don't
my
you just
dog.
Put your dog in a stroller.
Also, like I just watched a great movie on the Netflix about dogs. Not necessarily a documentary, but one of those type movies. It's called Fixed, and it's about a dog who gets fixed. I enjoy having my testicles with me.
CJ likes his
So-
testes, he said.
No, I think that
I don't want
dogs in
that.
houses, there's like some innate understanding that they are missing the life that they were supposed to live. They are missing the wild opportunities of, and with that comes the dangers. And when you're living in a house, you get the safety and the security of all that comes with it.
Yeah.
But there has to be something in there where they're like, I'm meant to run. I'm meant to be out in a field running wherever I want.
My little
and
guy likes
having
to-
sex with all the other dogs, but now I've been snipped and I'm
Wow.
stuck here.
Wow, that took a turn, Jessica.
You talked about the testes, so
I'm just
came
saying, I
back
just
from
like
that.
them. I wasn't talking about all of that, but go ahead.
I mean, it's just the circle of life.
I mean, I guess there's
It moves
pros.
us all.
I guess there's pros and cons to everything. But my little guy, he looks real comfortable sometimes, just sitting on the couch all day.
Your little guy got both the testicles.
Yeah, but he doesn't
He
know what else
doesn't.
to
He
do.
doesn't. We took him. We took him. We took his balls.
That's all he has.
His balls.
No, is the couch to sit and nap on. Like the dogs we watch, they sleep 80% of the day, which sounds great. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to block any nap blessings out here. Like that's my favorite
But
part
what
of
else
my
you want
day.
her to do? Like, you know, what you want to do?
Go for a stroll. Go for an adventure. Be like Oliver and Company. You think that dog doesn't have a dream of being in New York City to a great Billy Joel soundtrack and just bopping around the
Was
street?
Oliver and Company not stressful? I'm thinking about all these dog movies. They all seem really, really stressed.
Air Bud. Like imagine being a dog and thinking you could play basketball.
But then if you miss the shot of that during the big game, like the fans turn on you, they send you death messages, they find you, they say they want to take your
you
snap.
think the fans are coming for Air Bud?
I think the fans come for everybody.
You think if Air Bud messed up someone's parlay, they're like, send him to a farm up north?
He would get threatened
if
on
Ja
DM.
Morant threw Air Bud ball in the corner and Air Bud missed that corner three, how many of those do you think he could miss before the Grizzlies fans just turned on Air Bud? Get this damn dog off the
You're
court.
probably right.
Yeah.
They get ugly quick.
Okay.
Real quick.
I mean, it's a corner three. You got to make those.
Yeah, you're right. I did want to ask, did you watch the Little League Classic game with your Mets
Of course
last
they
night?
did. Yeah,
Was
we had it
fun?
on.
I saw they did a little handshake line at the end.
It was fun because they won. I mean, they ain't been doing that a lot lately. It's a neat scene, and I do like seeing all the kids there and then the players being real receptive to it. I know the in-game interviews are hit or miss. Fans, based on social media at least, fans don't like them.
Yeah.
But like maybe that's just because on social media people don't like anything. But I did kind of like they had Little League players talking to, whether it's Pete Alonso or Juan Soto, and that's some they'll remember that forever. I just I didn't have those type of experiences when I was a 12-year-old baseball player, but I can't imagine what it would have been like to be 12 and be hanging out with Darryl Strawberry or Greg Maddux or King Griffey Jr. or whatever, and like these kids got all that, and it is what it is. But I thought it was a neat television product if you're interested in baseball at all, which I obviously am.
It looked fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, and it switches things up for one weekend of the baseball
Yeah, and even the
season.
players were like, it's neat to be in a small little stadium like this. And Pete Alonso did one of the in-game interviews. He was like, the field's great, the kids are wonderful. The mountains are in the background. This isn't Citi Field, this isn't Fenway Park, but like this is a neat, switch it up a little bit. And they all seem, or at least a lot of them seem to understand what it meant to the little baseball players. Like these are memories that these guys will have forever, and it's a cool little thing they do one Sunday night a year.
Before I let you go, exciting announcement for Grind City Media. We're going to be out at Memphis football practice on Wednesday. My show, your show, Chris Vernon's show. We will all be out at U of M. We'll be joined by Ryan Silverfield, various players throughout the day. Is there one burning question for you going into this Memphis Tigers football season that you're excited to investigate when we are out there on Wednesday?
No, I like the team is mostly new, from quarterback down, but the team is also expected to be among the favorites in the American Conference and among the outside of the Power Four candidates to be in the college football playoff. So let's see where it goes. I still think that the biggest questions surrounding the football program don't really have anything to do with Brendan Lewis or who's going to emerge as the number one receiver. It's like, where is this thing headed? The Big 12 story just sort of came and went, but I still think that hangs over everything. And you and I have talked about this before. I've talked about it with Chris. I know it was disappointing the way, once again, you're told in a very public way, they don't want you. And like nobody likes to be disappointed, rejected, professionally, personally, publicly. It all sucks. But as an alum and as someone who cares about that place, I was encouraged by all of that. Even if it didn't end well, it showed me that they're not sitting over there just hoping something happens. They're not sitting over there pretending that life in the AAC is fine. That was my big bullet point on passing on the Pac-12 invitation. I get it. I understand it. Geographically, it's nonsensical. It's very expensive. My only fear was that Pac-12 they think's not good enough, and they're comfortable where they're at, and they're just hoping that someday something will open up. And what that Big 12 story showed us is that's not what they're doing at all. They're working. They're working intensely. They're working with incredible effort and rallying the community in a way that at least can create these conversations. And so this one didn't work out, but as an alum, it makes me, when I see Ed Scott and everybody else over there working as hard as they're working, it makes me want to try to do whatever little part I can do. Yeah. And so I'm planning to, I don't know that I care about watching Memphis play Chattanooga. I don't know that I care about sitting in a football stadium when it's hot outside. I would probably rather just be at home watching college football on TV. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to take my family to that game, if for no other reason than to show myself. Yeah. I'm not just talking to the microphone every day saying I wish it was better. I'm not going to donate $50 million to Simmons Bank, but can I bring my family? Yes. And if we get enough people bringing their families, then maybe you start to fill that place up, and it starts to, change the perception of that campus, of that stadium, and of this city. And so, all of that I think we'll touch on Wednesday. And to me, that's still the biggest stuff hanging over, not just the football program, but the athletic department.
Well, and for me, in addition to that, obviously you get people who want to support the university for the reasons you just laid out. But when you're supporting a team, something that's lost, and this isn't just a Memphis issue, this is a college sports issue, people aren't attached to the players anymore because they don't know who they are.
Right.
Because they're in, they're out, there's no continuity. You don't get to know someone like Seth Hennigan. We won't have, more than likely, Memphis will not have
How many players could walk in here right now and without a number, you would know them?
Zero.
Zero's the answer. If you just walked in Memphis football players in a shirt and tie.
Yes.
And I don't know them at all, and no numbers, and I'm just like, all right, who's that? It's
instant facial recognition. I don't.
I mean, maybe
the
quarterback, because I've seen his face a lot recently.
Like Sutton Smith, because he's been there longer, and he went, I think, and did something with Chris at Le Bonheur. But like, bottom line,
that's a real thing. That's a hurdle. Sure.
And I think figuring out how to, in today's day and age, outside of the biggest names in the sport, figuring out how to make these players characters that they're people. I don't mean characters, but this is all a TV show. This is a TV industry, and figuring out how to get people to care about the players on this TV show that they're watching every night every week called the Memphis football season or the Toledo football season or wherever it may be. I know Memphis wants to be much higher and more respectable and important than Toledo, but I'm excited to actually get to know a couple players. That was my long-winded way of saying it's just nice to get back out there. I miss when I covered Memphis football as more of like a beat type thing for local news, where I was at the practices every week. I was in the scrums. I knew the assistants. I knew the players. But even if I covered it every week, I'd still be met now with the reality that I don't know these people very well because I didn't know them last year.
Yeah, that does matter. Like just knowing, like my kids are more interested in golf because they're aware of who Scotty Scheffler is, and they're aware of who Colin Morikawa is.
Name recognition goes a long way.
I don't know if this is a great example of this, but it's the one that pops in my head that resonated locally. A million years ago, when me and Vernon were doing radio, we had, I think, real business connections, but just relationships with Prize Fight Boxing and Brian Young and the company that most famously brought the Mike Tyson-Lennox Lewis fight here, but more regularly was just doing fight cards once a month down at Fitzgerald's Casino. And I don't even remember this guy's name. But there was this one boxer, and he was just starting his career, and he punched hard, and we'd bring him in studio, and he was kind of a character, and we would talk to him, and just people like in Memphis, at least the part of the Memphis community that listened to sports talk radio, like this guy was kind of a star, and then be fighting down at Fitzgerald's, and people would pack the place out, and people acted like they knew who this guy was, and he just disappeared at some point. It just came and went, but he wasn't just some anonymous boxer fighting down in Tunica. He was the guy people been listening to on the radio. If you listen to Chris Vernon or Gary Parrish or whatever station we were on at the time, and there was a real audience for that. We had in some ways built that into whatever it was. It should have probably been nothing, but we built it into something, and people connected with it. And that was just like a small boxing card in Tunica, Mississippi. If it worked in that way, it could work on a grander scale with Memphis football or anything else. But I do think it's important to get these people, in places where they can be seen, where they can be heard. Like, I genuinely knew nothing about the young man from Houston High School who was drafted in, very high in the most recent Major League Baseball draft. Vernon brought him in here. Now I was like, oh wow!
Now I'm rooting for him.
Now I'm like, yeah, and I want to keep
invested in his career.
I want to keep up with what he's doing. I want to know how he's doing because I found him to be a compelling character sitting in these chairs. That kind of stuff matters, and hopefully on Wednesday we'll have an opportunity to play a part in that on some level.
I'll see you out there.
I'll be there.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back, do some Hot Mess Express. CJ has to answer for Michigan's crimes because they're not answering for them.
What makes you think I'm going to answer for them?
We'll get into
2023
that.
national champs, damn it.
I know. We'll talk about the new Fox NFL score bug, ESPN's not airing a Colin Kaepernick docuseries, and a very reasonable reaction to being hit by a baseball. That's all on the other side.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Speaking of Adidas, are these the Harden 10s?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess so.
From what
You guys don't sound too excited. It kind of looks like when you flush the toilet in the water.
Yeah, it's like a whirlpool.
Like a
I want to be phone positive. Yeah. Want to be phone positive.
Or artists just making some paint up and they just
Looks like phone positive material.
Yeah, or a
Yeah,
thumbprint.
like-
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Scotty Scheffler ran away with the Open Championship this weekend. My God, this guy, he's not real. Have we reached the point with Scotty Scheffler where you don't have to care a thing about golf, but you still know there's a dude named Scotty Scheffler who is awesome at it?
He is solidified himself as one of the greats in the sport. At this point, probably of all time.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What is the biggest Summer League accomplishment so far for this Grizzlies team?
Tuomas Isalo filling out his coaching staff. The Ryan Saunders hiring was essential. It was big time. You have a veteran NBA voice there.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Chugga, 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 chugga.
Choo-choo!
All aboard!
The Hot Mess Express. Chugga, 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 chugga.
Welcome back. The Michigan sign stealing scandal concluded on Friday with the NCAA handing down a $50,000 fine and 10% of the football program's budget. No postseason ban, just financial consequences, along with a 1-game ban for head coach Sharon Moore. The lesson here, if you cheat and you win, it's worth it, because this will always be something that looked bad, felt bad. There are some people who are arguing that Michigan will always be seen as cheaters. I think we have goldfish minds. I don't think people will remember it all that much. People won't remember that Connor Stallions called his little group the KGB, or that he called their work counterintelligence, or that he threw his phone in a pond like all completely innocent people absolutely do. Like, the NCAA discovered that they cheated, and nothing really happened to Michigan. CJ is dancing in his corner.
You say nothing. I mean, it's when you
They
tally,
won a national championship.
When you tally everything up, it's like $30 million.
It potentially could get to
Well, no,
$30
because they
million.
have to give back the money from the playoff
Correct.
runs, both in 22 and 23.
Yes.
Was it 22 and 23?
I
21,
believe so.
22. So they got to give both of those back. And so, yeah, like how much are you, brokey, willing to pay for a national championship? Because my team's willing to pay $30 million, damn it. Y'all kept talking about a damn hammer dropping. Ain't no hammer drop. Michigan, the only college football program that's never had to deal with a postseason ban. Suck it, Ohio State. Suck it, Michigan State. You guys get out of here. This is the biggest bunch of damn crybabies in the damn nation. right here. I can't wait for Michigan to leave this pitiful, piss-poor conference full of crybabies.
Where are they
all
leaving?
Y'all want to do,
Where are they going?
The American, for all I care. Get out of here with all of that. Oh no, they stole our signs. I'm Penn State. I'm sad about it. Well, did the sign tell you to allow them to run the ball 32 straight damn times in a row? Is that what the sign told you? This is supposed to be Michigan's peers, by the way, in this conference, right? The ones doing the crying, the ones doing the belly aching. I didn't have much respect for them to begin with. I've lost all respect for them. Allegedly great programs like Ohio State and Michigan State and Penn State are upset and crying about it. Illinois is not. I didn't see Minnesota saying anything. I don't know what Iowa had to say, but I know Ohio State and Michigan State fans in particular be like, oh, the hammer's going to drop. Wait for the hammer. That damn hammer sound a whole lot like Tuck. Is Tuck still coming, Michigan State? Because I ain't seen your boy yet. I can't wait for this to get back on the football field. Because in 2020, correct me if I'm wrong, 2023 comes through. Isn't Jim Harbaugh suspended? Isn't he suspended in 23? So that's when the stuff stopped, maybe, allegedly. If it even happened, who cares? I don't know.
It did happen.
Okay, whatever. But it stopped by 23? Did it? You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Because I think it did.
I don't think
and
so.
even if it didn't, everybody's got these signs at this point. Change your signs, get better athletes. I don't know what to tell you, dog. I don't. It definitely didn't go on last year, did it? Did it? Did Michigan play Ohio State?
They did.
Did Michigan beat Ohio State?
They did.
I rest my damn case then.
Did
Y'all
you know?
take all that crybaby shit someplace else. Go cry to your mamas. I hope that the comfort you get in knowing Michigan cheated, I hope that it is the same type comfort I get knowing that Michigan, back-to-back Big Ten champions, national champions as well, 4-0 against Ohio State the last 4. I hope you guys get the same comfort that I get. I'll see you on Saturdays, baby. Let's go.
As the furthest right person on this show, it does not surprise me one bit that you abide by the mentality that you can cheat, you can buy your way to a championship, and just get away with it. Listen, I think Michigan was the best football team that year. I think Michigan won a national championship anyway. All the things you said, valid. However, as a member of the law-abiding, now on the righteous path, University of Southern California, where we learned our lessons the hard way from an NCAA that doled out an insanely unfair punishment for Reggie Bush simply wanting his mother to have a nice house. And what did we get for it? What did we get for it? 7-year post-season ban. No, 2-year bowl ban. My bad, 2-year. It felt like 7. It has felt like 100. Do you know what that did to our program? Do you know what it was like to be a student at the University of Southern California from 2010 to 2014, one of the worst stretches of football in USC history? Because they killed us. They crushed us. We had to vacate our wins. We had to vacate our national title. We lost 30 scholarships. Lane Kiffin had to build that thing up from the ground. And then when he failed to do it and we left him on a tarmac, we brought Steve Sarkisian in. And then he had some issues. And then he was gone. And then we had Clay Helton. And now we have Lincoln Riley. And it's all been in the succession of trying to rebuild from the unfair punishment of the NCAA. I'm just saying, it is difficult to look back in time and think, man, the NCAA used to lay down the hammer, and now they're just doling out a little financial penalty. If you have the money, who cares?
$30 million. Like, listen, that's a lot of millions. That's $30 million, Jessica. Is not nothing to sneeze at. It's just, hey, are you willing to play with the big boys or not? Ohio State, are you ready to play with the big boys? Yes or no? Maybe this year you will. Maybe this year you'll find a way to beat Michigan. I don't know if you can or not. I don't know, but continue to cry about Michigan in this damn proverbial hammer y'all are waiting on to drop. Get out of here. Soft-ass university, soft-ass conference. Get out of here. These are supposed to be the premier programs in the conference. Not the Purdue's, not the Northwesterns of the world. It's supposed to be Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan State, right? And those are the ones doing all of the damn crying. Like James Franklin has ever won a big game in his life. Like that has ever happened. And it's because Michigan was stealing signs. Oh, okay, cool. Michigan was stealing signs. Did they steal TCU signs? TCU beat the hell out of them. Maybe. What about Georgia? Did they steal Georgia signs? Georgia beat the hell out of them. Okay, so we all have the signs. We all know what you're gonna run. Everybody knows it.
It's okay.
Maybe if you don't have on a third and moderate, maybe if you don't have have third and medium, third and 4, third and 5. You can do a lot of different things with that. Maybe if the quarterback is in the shotgun, you don't have the running back line up slightly in front of the quarterback. Where it's very clear, he's going to bump somebody, he's going out in pass coverage is the pass, and we can tell by the formation where the pass is going, where the quarterback wants to go, by tendencies and trends. Maybe if you do that, just maybe, you wouldn't be 0-4 your last 4 against Michigan. Maybe, just maybe, if Ryan Day didn't get gifted in Ohio State program, what has he done? What has he ever done? He didn't have to work for that. Urban Meyer gifted him that program.
Time to say, what has he done?
What has he done?
Won a championship.
Did he beat Michigan? Okay, so what the hell has he done? What has he done? Exactly my point. He's done nothing. He's gifted that Ohio State program and ran it into the ground. And all he wants to do is point fingers and cry because Michigan had their signs. Get the hell out of here. Michigan drove the ball down your throat for 7 straight minutes. Was that because of signs? Or was that because you couldn't find it in your heart, in your cojones, to get a damn stop? Get out of here. Still waiting on the hammer. Come see me in November, Ryan Day. Let's go, Blue.
Sometimes I think you're yelling, but then I take my earpiece out and you're not actually yelling. But this time I took my earpiece out and you were yelling quite loudly. So I'm glad that you got to speak your piece. Let's move on to the next hot mess subject.
We can stay on this. I got many more thoughts about these crybabies in the Big Ten. I'm actively cheering against all of these dudes now. I hope all of them lose every single game. F conference pride, dog. All that whining and crying.
You've never been about conference pride.
Exactly.
You've never heard of conference pride.
And I'm damn sure not now. I hope all of you lose every single game. Even the new ones. Even the ones that's not really in the Big Ten. Even the USCs and the Oregons and the Washingtons and the Nebraskas and the Rutgers and the Maryland. I hope all of y'all lose every damn game. All this damn crying y'all doing. Get the hell out of here. Man up. Get a stop. Let's play.
Fox updated their scorebook for the 2025 NFL season, and I really hate it.
What's wrong with it?
I really don't like it. People hated on the one for the Super Bowl last year, which was excessively large. But in comparison to the new one, which is the one on the bottom, top is what was used for the Super Bowl, bottom is what they've been rolling out this preseason. I hate the logos. Can we not just go back to the old school, like the college football style ones that just sleek, name of the team, the score, the time, all in one line across the bottom? I do not need the logos of the teams. I don't. I hate this.
Yeah,
I really don't like it.
Do you say the black background down there, make it a little bit smaller?
Yes.
Yeah, like just don't like, hey, here's where you can look. That does seem a little large.
I just need to know the score. I don't need it to be. Yeah, I need the score, time of possession. I need the time left in the game. Yeah. I need the quarter, and
that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's all I need.
That's it.
I don't ask for much more.
No.
Somebody just bring us back to the old. We've done too much.
Sometimes in our quest to innovate and modernize, we mess it up. And there's no reason to do that. No.
All right, next up, minor league baseball game yesterday. My Tacoma Rainiers, one of my favorite teams in all of minor league baseball, and Mariners outfielder Victor Robles is rehabbing there with the Rainiers. He got ejected yesterday after he did this. Take a look at his response to getting hit by a pitch. Here he is. That is Joey Estes. And Joey Estes is about to learn he is sick of you throwing the ball at him. He just threw the bat. Just gonna chuck that bat out there. You know? He's a little frustrated. I learned he's apparently been hit 5 times in less than 15 at-bats during his rehab assignment, and he said enough, and he even threw the snacks. Don't throw the snacks. He's apologized.
For what?
He said he lost his temper.
He almost got hit in the face.
He's been frustrated.
And this is what, the 5th straight you said?
Yes, and that same guy, Joey Estes, hit him last Tuesday. So he lost his marbles a little bit. That's okay.
5 times
I think
in a row?
if you get hit 5 times, not in a row.
5 days? 5 days in a row? 5 games in a row?
15 at bats, so on average.
5. I thought it was 5 days in a row.
I don't know what the specifics are.
Well, listen. 5 out of 15 at bats is
That's
still
a lot.
1 in 3. So you got to go see somebody. Somebody got to catch it.
Just throw the bat. Now you probably shouldn't throw bats at people, but I understand his reaction.
They're throwing balls at you. What do you mean you shouldn't throw bats at people? Get out of here.
Story I found interesting from
Hey, Randall, I don't know how anybody works with me 5 days a week neither, dog. You got something to say about Michigan? Holla at him. We can talk. Go ahead. I'm in a mood about this. I'm in a mood about this.
I knew when it dropped on Friday, the people speculated that you took Friday off so that you could situate yourself and either celebrate or mourn depending on how the punishment was going to go, and ultimately having the opportunity to celebrate. ESPN is not airing a Spike Lee docuseries on Colin Kaepernick that has been in the works since 2020. They cited creative differences as the reason that they will not be airing this on ESPN. Spike Lee said that he could not comment on why it's not coming out due to an NDA. But I would like to recklessly speculate. Can I recklessly speculate for a second?
I'm pro
and
reckless
put the reckless
speculation.
speculation hat on? Perhaps something that contributed to this all coming to a head now, because according to reports, like, this has been facing delays for a while. I think a report came out last September about delays. There's been some chatter about Spike Lee and Colin Kaepernick having some disagreements on the direction of it. But ultimately, why this happens now, where ESPN ultimately says we are not airing this docuseries, we covered a little deal that went down between ESPN, the worldwide leader, and the NFL. And the NFL now having 10% ownership of ESPN. And methinks the NFL probably doesn't want a docuseries on Colin Kaepernick airing on ESPN or airing anywhere. It would probably be in their best interest for this not to be something that has continued coverage, has the wonderful directorial impact of a Spike Lee film. And they were probably like, you know what, I think we should just part ways with this. We just shouldn't do it. Now, apparently they can continue to try to work and put it somewhere else. Like, it could get picked up by another streaming service or another platform. But this is what people were concerned about. And I'll tweak it a little bit, because even when we were talking about it when this deal went through, I was like, well, how much has the NFL already dictated some of the coverage that ESPN has doled out? But now you're just pretty assured, like, hey, when it comes to difficult stories, controversial stories, whatever they may be, they will still steer clear from them. Like, if the NFL has an order, they're pretty much inclined to have to follow those orders.
I mean,
recklessly speculating.
We saw this play out this summer with the NFLPA and that story that Pablo Torre broke, that the collusion on that side of things, where owners were celebrating, sending congratulatory texts because one owner underpaid a player, and that meant that the other owner would then get to underplay his star player as well. And ESPN had nothing said, nothing, wasn't going to touch it. And then Pablo Torre found out and made it a big enough deal to where ESPN couldn't just hide from that story. And like you said, this was the fear. It just becomes apparent, where it's, okay, if you're going to be, they are the worldwide leader. You can't, I don't want to say you can't trust them on stories related to the NFL, but I think that you can wisely not make them your go-to spot for those types of controversial stories on the NFL, because they are definitely going to be getting, recklessly speculating, they're definitely getting talking points from the people in charge over there.
Last but not least, before we get out of here, would you ever be inclined to pick up a rattlesnake?
No, they bite.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I was raised to fear rattlesnakes, respectfully, but a hiker in Tennessee last week is now dead after he made a tragic mistake of picking up a rattlesnake. It is an unidentified male hiker who was in Tennessee's Savage Gulf State Park on August 8th, picked up what was likely a timber rattlesnake, which has venom potent enough to kill a human, but whose bites are rare. And according to witnesses, the hiker picked up the rattlesnake, which resulted in the rattlesnake biting his hand, and then ultimately he died. Now, the hiker was believed to have suffered an allergic reaction, although his actual cause of death has not been made public. So was he allergic to the snake? Was it the venom of the rattlesnake? Bottom line, don't go pick up rattlesnakes. Don't go pick, what are we doing?
Don't pick up any animal.
Pick up a snake. Don't touch the animals.
Don't pick up any animal.
Unless you're at a petting zoo where they are specifically saying you can pet these animals.
But you don't pick up a goat.
You don't pick up anything.
Don't pick up the animal.
But I could say, like, what if someone was like, I just want to see how the snake feels? No.
No, don't touch
this
animals.
This is insane.
Dog. Don't touch them. I didn't know. Is there not a Kratz Creatures or Steve Irwin Crocodile Hunter that still comes on TV?
I don't know.
To explain to the people, the youth
to
in
not
particular.
Touch snakes?
Like, hey, just don't touch animals that you don't know. And even the ones that you do know. Right, I've seen little dogs who've been used to being picked up get picked up by somebody and just lose their minds.
Yes.
So like, approach these things with caution, the pets, And the wild ones, stay away from. Make sure you view from a safe distance. Picking up a damn rattlesnake. What are we doing?
Yeah. All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful start to the week. A happy Monday. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then. Have a good one. Bye.